Hi, my name is Luise Erpenbeck and I'm a principal investigator and clinician scientist in the Department of Dermatology. My work focuses on innate immunity and translational research. A PI, that is a principal investigator, is head of a research group and responsible for a team of researchers, technicians, clinician scientists, and students. I find the combination with dermatology especially rewarding, as we see many patients suffering from immunologically mediated diseases and can often help them by targeting the immune system. Patients with skin diseases are frequently strongly stigmatized, so it is great when we can apply basic research to make the lives of these patients better. Vice versa, many of my ideas for research are inspired by the clinical challenges I face when treating these patients.
For PIs, most of our regular working time goes on meetings and seminars, either fixed weekly, monthly meetings, or arrange with other PIs, other researchers to discuss collaborations, experimental plans, and teaching, etc. And for me, the most exciting part of these meetings are the meetings with my working group, where we get to discuss and get to know the progress of the projects and brainstorming and come up with new ideas and so on. That's very exciting.
As a PI, it is a great privilege to be able to determine the path the lab is taking, and I find this very rewarding, especially as it often contrasts with my clinical work, where my daily schedule is often determined by more external circumstances. Personally, I also very much like being able to mentor the scientists I work with and to be able to advance their careers and watch them grow in my lab.
What I like most about being a scientist is that I can work on topics that fascinate me and that I can also follow my curiosity. Every project is different and sometimes leads into unexpected directions. I can also use my creativity to solve difficult research questions or to verify specific theories. When I'm preparing presentations, publications or grant proposals about the new discoveries my team and I made, it feels like finally all the pieces of a puzzle fall into place and reveal the bigger picture you've been waiting for.
The interaction with other scientists here on site is fantastic. I have a lot of colleagues in the clinics who are also brilliant and very much interested in research and in the pathomechanisms that govern the diseases we treat. For example, I love to talk about my patients and the diseases with Jan Ehrchen, and I think this really does make us better scientists. I visit conferences and symposiums around the world to keep track of the latest research and also to stay connected with my colleagues from all over the world. Sometimes at these conferences, of course, I will also prepare posters or give scientific talks.
What I really like very much is discussing new data. So when a coworker tells me she has new data, then I'm immediately stopping with my work and we look at the data. Or if we have a new hypothesis in the team, then we discuss how we could best tackle that experimentally to show it or also disprove it. And when then the new experiment runs for the first time, I want to sit next to it ideally. And the second part, you have to make the data accessible to the public. So that means for scientists, normally you write papers and you deliver talks about it on conferences. So papers need to be readable and not too complicated. And talks need to be a little bit entertaining. So it's not forbidden, for example, to include some fun into it, but it needs to be, of course, insightful. And putting this together is something that I really appreciate a lot.
So obviously there should be a healthy balance between life and work. And as in most professions, this can be tricky, especially in the beginning.
As a young PI with 2 kids, it feels overwhelming when unexpected events can affect your planned day. For example, that the daycare is closed on short notice. Here, developing good organization and presentation skills, getting support from your colleagues, but also sometimes reducing your expectations is essential for maintaining your productivity and mental health. This help, together with my passion for my job, keeps me motivated and happy to keep pushing my projects to progress.
In the past, wanting to have kids often meant that women would reduce their working hours or become a full-time mom. Today, this is changing, and in academics there are more and more family-friendly support systems, like for example a growing number of in-house kindergarten. Still, you can see the remnants of this social dynamic, especially when you go up the career ladder, where you see less and less women. The same is true for PIs. I think in the meantime, many beneficial developments have taken place. One of the most useful improvements is the flexibility of different working models, such as home office on a regular basis or when your child is ill.
On Fridays, I have home office for research, and this gives me the opportunity to work on my research without being interrupted by clinical matters. Also, the children can come home early and we can have lunch together. I really value this freedom because it gives me the opportunity to check in on my children and relax a little bit before I go back to work with a fresh mind. If you are interested in working with us, contact us via our job application section on our website.